Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jerry from Bigelow Woodcraft. I'm out here at the sawmill today, and all honesty guys, I haven't been out here in several weeks. We had deer season show up, and I had a big deer camp. We do it every year. After calculating it, I've been doing it personally for 44 years with the same group of guys, which is really cool. Then we had Thanksgiving yesterday, so happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Hopefully everybody was stayed safe and had an enjoyable Thanksgiving and was able to spend it with friends and family and so forth. We had a great Thanksgiving. Went to my sister, saw some family, some friends down there, an old childhood friend, saw him. Haven't seen him in maybe once a year we see him. But so that was great, but it's time to get back to work. Temperatures have been, November's been amazing, but now today was a little more reality. I think when I woke up this morning it was 21. It's probably 25 with the sun's out, so I just took my coat off. What do we have on here today? We have an aspen, a quaking aspen, or a poppel, or poplar. Goes by many different names. We need 2x4s and 2x6s. Now, you can build with aspen or popple. It makes really nice wood. The problem with popple that I find, that it doesn't have any holding power when your nails are in there. They're great with screws, but if you're using nails as it shrinks, they just loosen up. So I'm making purlins. I need some purlins for a shed roof. And then I need a couple of 2x6s for the fascia of that shed roof. So what do we have on here? 12 inches. Long, probably 14 foot. Nope, 13 foot 3 inches. Oh, get off of that. There we go. And this side, 11 inches. Now this has a little swoop to it. Remember, 12 inches times 0.7 or 11 times 0.7 is going to be a little over 7, almost 8-inch can, which I'll get a 2x6 out of that and some 2x4s. I need 8 2x4s and 2 2x6s. So I do have another one of them right here on the log deck. So we're gonna get this one cut up, see what we get out of it. I have some plans. My brother-in-law's coming out and a friend. We're going hunting this afternoon, so we gotta get this done. Anything I'm missing? It's been a while since I've been to the mill. Hopefully I don't forget exactly what I'm doing. The blade is a Jerry's Ripper 37. It was a sharpened blade. I sharpened it, and it has one log on it. I know that because I just left it on last time. And I jotted it down on my board, so I'm good on that. And I just checked it. It's pretty sharp, so I think we should be good on this. However, popple or these aspens sometimes are tough to mill. I do have my RV antifreeze in the coolant. Just because it was cheaper than windshield wiper fluid. It is not the toxic kind that kills dogs. So let's get this going and see what we get. to talk about something of importance, guys. And one of the reasons I have movable bunks, and I suggest you get movable bunks, if your log hangs over the bunk more than a foot, you're going to run into issues at the end. And I left this one purposely this way, just to see if it would show up again, and it did. The weaker woods are more prone to this, like pine and poppel. But if I measure here, I'm 1 9/16, so just a 16th over. 1 9/16, not quite 1 5/8. Well, check this side out. This is the side that hangs over. That's 2 inches. So that's almost a 1/2 inch. And what happens, that flexes down. Now this did have a little bow to it, so that's part of it, but you will actually get deflection. And I'm sure if you've been running a sawmill like mine, Frontier, or something similar to this, I don't know if they have the same kind of problems on a wood mice. I'm sure, I don't see why they wouldn't. It will get deflected down, and you can see it's a 1/2 inch thicker. So if I'm milling this and I need it to be exactly what it needs to be, I'll flip this one back on the mill now, and I would saw that flat off. But that's the importance of making sure your ends are supported by bunks. If you don't have removable bunks, try just kind of 3x6, and that way you can just move it around out of oak or something along the lines of that. So I got what I wanted. These actually turned out pretty nice. Again, the Ripper 37 cut really nice. I still got to get my 2x4s, so we're going to go roll that next one up on the mill right now. I don't know if you can see me, probably out of frame. So I got to still cut my 2x4s, so we're going to roll the next one up, but I think it's around noon right now, so I'm going to probably not cut this one today. I'll cut this one tomorrow, but I'm going to add that to the same film. Log stops. You guys almost forgot to tell me. If you're new to the channel, I put detents on my log stops. Let me show you. I'll show you this one. We've all, if you had one of these mills long enough, when you rolled the logs up and it'll sit on top of this, even though I have my wheels on it, it'll still sit on top of this. It'll shove that right down because you're only using thumb pressure. What I did, every 2 inches, I don't know if you can see this or not, I put these slots in here. All I did is put it in there, took the thumb screw out, and I used a center punch. And then I used the grinder just to grind it. I didn't go all the way through it, just enough for the bolt to catch in there. And that keeps it from sliding down. I really like that. I know when I'm, I do have the lines, they wear off. 4, 6, 8. I even have them 4, 6, 8. But those lines wear off. So I know when I drop in these stops, though, where I'm at. I like those. So I'm going to put it on 8. And you can feel it come right in. See that? Now I'll slug it up. Now that's in that little slot, it can't get pushed down. I'm going to keep it slow here. See if I can. It looks like it might hit. Nope, it's good. Alright, let's see how long this is. This is a long log. "15 feet 8 inches, 184 inches. 11. Looks like it's pretty symmetrical. 13. So we're going to get a 7.5 to 8 inch can out of this. So let's rock and roll, guys. Let's go. Poppel species. took you along for both these logs. Poppel is not my favorite species to mill. If your blade's slightly dull, you're going to get dips and dives. I believe it's because the grain is super soft and the knots are hard. Unlike an oak, it's all hard. So you can get away, at least I find, I can get away with my blade just a smidgen dull on oak because the knots are just as hard as the rest of the grain. That's what I'm experiencing. Let me know your thoughts. But Poppel's becoming my least favorite to mill. Just for that reason. You know, sometimes I like to push it on my blade. I know I shouldn't. This wasn't that dull when I started, but it's dull now. That last log was really dirty. So it is what it is. If this was a customer's or it was a showpiece wood, it was going to be seen, I would have changed that blade out for sure. But this is for my build. I'm building a shed. I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and it's going to have a lean-to on it. Come here, Abby. Come here. Off the lean-to, these are just going to be purlins, so they could look like a noodle, as long as the consistency's relatively good, and they're pretty consistent. I did get a little wave when I first get into the log. I have a knot down there, but other than that, I needed 8. I got 10, and 2 of them aren't the best, so we'll call it good there. We'll call this a win. The Frontier ran great. Everything I used today, except one tool I have today, failed. And it's been failing, and I've rebuilt it. I put new bearings in it. I've tore it apart, redid the wiring in my air compressor. It's starting to really go. So I think it's just one of those cheap Craftsman pancake air compressors, $150 air compressors. Well, probably not $150 anymore. I'll have to look. I got to get another air compressor out here. I'll go back to my leaf blower now, though. But, yeah, all in all, it turned out well for what I need. Needed a couple 2x6s, an 8. Actually, I only need 4 of these, now that I think about it. I needed 8 8-footers. Well, these aren't quite 16 foot, and I'm having a 16-foot overhang. So I'm going to need 16-footers. These are 15 foot 4 inches. So I'll nip them off that wavy spot at the beginning, 2 feet, and add a 2-foot section or cut them. You'll see. But I have plenty. So, all right, guys. Like I said, happy Thanksgiving. Today is Saturday. Thanksgiving was 2 days ago. The biggest game of the year. Go Blue, Michigan, Ohio State. For all the marbles, year 3. They've gone undefeated going into, I think it's the 3rd year in a row they've both been undefeated going into this season, or into this game. J.J. McCarthy's a beast. Blake Corum's a beast. He's healthy this year. Donovan Edwards, their tight end, I think it's Loveland. He's a beast. Man, so it's going to be a good game. They got Marvin Harrison the 3rd, so he's tough, so go Blue. You can give me some crap if you're an Ohio State fan. That's fine. You can still be a subscriber. It's going to be a good game. Have a good one, guys. Oh.